While the world's attention focuses on Gaza, the threat on Israel's northern border escalates. In South Lebanon, thousands of Hezbollah supporters attended the funeral of senior Hezbollah commander Wissam Tawil this week. He died in an Israeli drone strike on January 8th. The response was part of Israel's effort to pressure Hezbollah into withdrawing rockets and fighters from the border, so 80,000 evacuated Israelis can return to their homes. Chuck Holton is on the scene. He brings us this report.
Kibbutz Yifta sits only 2 kilometers from the Lebanese border, and its people have been living in hotels since early October. It appears they may not return home anytime soon.
I think the less safe I feel is right here on the road. But I have faith.
When I was alone with the kids, the room was fine, and I wanted my kids to be close to me because they were frightened and they had anxieties before they go to sleep, and they asking about Dad. But now when he came back and we are in this little room, and it's very crowded and it's very small, and we're trying to be thankful with the things we have. We have each other.
The close proximity of Yifta to the Lebanese border, however, adds to the sense of fear about going home. With the escalating conflict, these residents are pressuring the Israeli government to do whatever it must to allow them to reclaim their lives.
We are much closer to the border than most of the kibbutzim in the Gaza Strip. It's scary, I must say, and we need to be sure that we're safe in order to come and live here again in our homes. So this is our request from our government, from our army. Please make us safe.
The day-to-day uncertainty takes a toll. Ongoing missile attacks from Hezbollah, despite Israel's commitment to wipe out the threat, leaves many here feeling powerless.
Like every day I was crying. I'm trying to think, like every time I feel like I don't have enough perspective to see the whole picture, because I lived day by day, not even day by day, and hour by hour, because I don't know. Every morning I wake up and I'm not sure how things are going to go in the country with the war, and I feel like I have no control on life.
Hezbollah commander Hassan Nasrallah gave a speech the day after the attack on Beirut, saying that it was a crime that would not go unpunished. Meanwhile, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari of the IDF says that his troops are prepared for any scenario. That kind of talk adds up to the likelihood of an extended displacement, as the hope for a secure return home remains tied to the IDF's ability to remove Hezbollah from southern Lebanon. These folks realize that may be out of reach without an extended ground invasion.
This will take a very long time. That's what everybody keeps saying to us. That's what the messages that we're receiving is that this will take months until we have to just wait and hope that the war with Hezbollah will create some kind of safety net for us to be able to return home, because without that, we will not be returning to our home in Yiftach.
Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, former Vice President Mike Pence visited Israel to show his support in its ongoing war with Hamas. He told CBN News Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell why standing with Israel is crucial for America and Christians.
Words fail. Yeah. We were just the Kfar Aza.
We met former Vice President Pence following his visit to some of the Israeli border communities attacked on October 7th. We sat down in the bombed-out children's unit of the Barzillai Hospital in Escalation, just miles from the Gaza border.
I must tell you that I've been to war zones during my time as Vice President and during my time as a member of Congress. But the sites that I saw today, the aftermath of that terrorist attack on October 7th, and even a site like this, the ongoing war on Israel by Hamas, it just was pure evil.
Pence came with a message for the United States and its closest ally.
These are dire hours for Israel. And I think it's so important that the United States make it clear that we're with Israel today, we will be with Israel tomorrow, and we'll be with Israel every day until the threat of Hamas terrorists from Gaza is eliminated once and for all.
He also emphasizes that the show of support must be widespread.
I believe the United States needs to make it clear to other actors in the region, whether it be Hezbollah in Lebanon to the north, or most especially to the mullahs in Tehran, that the United States will be here for Israel, and that we will be prepared if there's an effort to widen this conflict in any way.
The Biden administration is trying to actually limit maybe some of the fighting going on in Gaza. How would you respond to some of the limits that the Biden administration is trying to put on Israel?
I just don't accept it. I was in Washington, D.C. on 9/11, and America did what we believe needed to be done, taking the fight to the enemy in Afghanistan. And I remember the way our allies stood with us, and they didn't question how we were going about bringing those to justice that had attacked our country. They just stood with us. And I think Israel deserves the same now.
A lot of people right now are talking about the day after, and the Biden administration is talking about a revitalized Palestinian Authority that would take over in Gaza. Your thoughts?
I think we're still waiting for the Palestinian Authority to condemn what happened on October the 7th. I think those considerations will be proper for the government of Israel to make, and I think we should leave those to the elected leadership here in Israel, and we'll support their determination.
In January 2018, Pence addressed Israel's parliament.
The miracle of Israel is an inspiration to the world. And the United States of America is proud to stand with Israel and her people as allies and cherished friends.
As I said in that speech, we stand with Israel because her cause is our cause, her values are our values, and her fight is our fight. And I really believe that this is a moment where that relationship has been more important than ever before.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Ashkelon, Israel.